Hi, everyone, and welcome back to Cosmic Crit. This is your GM, Patrick. And joining me, as always, are my 5 fanciful players and my monkeyish junk friends. Talking about Miles, Tyler, Rebecca, Drew, and Jabert. Welcome back, everyone.
Hey.
Hi-oh.
This is a true welcome back because we took a small break recording, and now you guys were like, wait, we're level 2 again? Everyone forgot we're doing a little side quest, a little side adventure.
I don't like level 2, Patrick.
Do you want to go back to level 1? I have the power.
No, never mind. Level 2 is so nice.
One hit.
Twice as much.
KOs.
Twice as nice.
A level so nice, they gave it to you twice.
2 is just as bad as 1. It's the loneliest number since the number 1.
I didn't have anything for this week's intro either.
I am here because it's court ordered.
Welcome back.
Yeah, this is Miles' community service for some crime he committed. Cast a podcast.
What is so awful that I'm here?
This is episode 5, and believe it or not, we might already be getting to like the halfway point in the this mini sesh of Junker's Delight. It's, goes up to level 3 or so, and that's about it. So we are almost there. Do you guys want to just dive back into it? Got a long episode, so we got to get started.
Oh, no.
Might as well.
Yeah.
When you said we were about halfway through the mini sesh, I was like, boy, this is going to be a short recording, huh?
This week's episode does not start in the junkyards outside of Kefak Depot. But again, we are traveling to the impossibly huge wastelands of Akaton's red deserts, where in the distance across the horizon you see the shimmer of a heat wave above the scorched earth here midday that continues to walk forward and eventually coalesces into the form of the injured, half delirious, sun-baked form of Javi, the Afreet, not afraid of the deadly heat, having grown up on the surface of the sun, right, Tyler, has been wandering here for days with the lack of food and water and having some wounds that threaten still to take you down. But anyone else caught out in the waste, the heat would probably kill them within a day or so, but your fortitude just not letting you die, just gonna make it take longer as you walk back towards civilization. And your thoughts drift back to a fight, the end of a fight a few days before, a combat with a very close friend, almost blood, the woman known as Tez. You can still hear the words ringing in your ears. Check him. Make sure he's finished. And a voice sounded equally parts perfume and poison in your other ear says, he's gone. Too bad. I'll miss him. As you collapse that night at dusk, the once golden corona of flames on your head has died down to a short blue shock of fire. And as your body convulses, you hear other odd noises in the darkness that fills your mind. And you don't know that night if you're going to see another sunrise here on Akaton. But as night descends, a light appears floating above you, starts as a circling, swirling mass of kind of ephemeral matter that seems to flit in and out of existence, and eventually takes the form of something that could be a snake or a bird. And finally, you see a very large, scaly boot before you that eventually morphs and merges and grows into a large and surreal creature whose cactus-like body kind of moves like a snake, and on its head is a skull of a creature you've not seen before, something you don't recognize, and it rises, like I said, to about a 15-foot height, and you hear its voice in your mind as it says, yeah, what manner of creature are you?
I'm a lost man. I hope you're here to either save me or finally put me down, creature.
This serpent's tongue crackles with electricity, and its tears of pure lava flow from its fiery eyes, and it continues on. It kind of coils around you. You can feel the heat emanating from its torso. I am the boot. I am the heir inheritor of all of the sun, and I will be here for a short while, and I will show you the way. Its flames kind of dance along its body, and you see played out in them in the shadow before you visions of fights yet to come, perhaps in your life, faces and forms of figures you've never seen before. You see yourself fighting through these shadows alongside strangers, and it gives you an interesting feeling of perhaps hopefulness of something that is to be that you've not had experience before. And as the vision ends, it seems like this thing is getting ready to consume you completely, but you instead just fall into the darkness of its agape mouth and do wake up the next day alive. This is one of the many bits of origin story that Javi has here. We'll explore a little bit more, but when your character's coming to out there in the desert, do you think he realizes as he's going out here into the junkyards as well that these 5 compatriots you're finding yourself with now might be those same figures you saw in the whatever that creature's visions were?
Yeah, I think for the last day or so, Javi's been kind of struck because when that first happened, he took it a lot as like, he's dying. He's essentially, his brain is going crazy and he's just seeing visions of monsters that don't exist and people that don't exist. And, his brain, his body just fighting for survival is just producing hallucinations. Now seeing that some of those visions were true, I think he's trying to recall them clearer and knows that maybe whereas he's been wandering for a while now with no path, that this, he may finally have a direction to be able to put his boots down and follow directly. And
that is just about where you've caught up to in the current story here for Drunker's Delight.
Especially after he just walked through a minefield without triggering a single one. I mean, that's got to be... They
are marked on my map very specifically where they are located, and you just walked right through all of them. I made you mark out your path as you were moving. I was like, okay, I guess everyone can follow behind, but then people didn't follow your direct path, and we'll get to that. But as you recall, last week you guys leveled up, and along with your new charge that you rescued, Berry 13, you have agreed to accompany her to the Outer Junk Wastes, where you've learned there are 2 warring factions, one of Goblins, another of Ikeshti, who are said to fight over that territory. You met Merc, the Goblin, and Kesh, the Ikeshti. And yeah, indeed, they are trying to get into the same downed spacecraft, perhaps in the meantime forge a lasting peace between their peoples in cracking open the stellar flare. But to do so, you've got to get some all-important tech pieces to get through the shielding on the ancient spaceship's door. And one of the first places you decided to explore was the nearby Vesk encampment of someone called the Privateer, who may or may not have some info about a junk golem guarding one of these stellar flare door MacGuffins that you need to find. But yeah, as you got to the camp, which is in the shadow of a huge Veskarium ship, there was indeed some unexploded ordnance. And this week's episode is going to start. The first roll is El Demonio. You trying to leap away from one of these bombs by making me a reflex save.
All right. I forgot entirely about this.
Reflex is like your best, right? As a Vanguard?
Yeah, I totally forgot where I was when we last met. So this was quite a surprise logging on tonight. But I rolled a natural 20. So that's a 26 on the reflex save.
I was thinking, it's like, man, what if he rolls a 1? But then I was like, oh, we're not playing Pathfinder 2nd edition rules. And a natural 20 the other direction, unfortunately, does not absolve you of all damage here. But you are taking half of near max, 11 points of explosion damage from right underneath you.
I was, because I still have only played this character for a few episodes. I was like, the hell I am. I have evasion and improved evasion.
different characters. Yes. And thankfully, when we left off, it is a 5-foot burst from that square. And about 10 feet behind you was Jewel and Mixer. So you took one for the team. You guys hear, and see a huge plume of dirt explode where El Demonio was, but he is able to stand up, obviously, after one hit, one unexploded piece of Vesk ordnance, and kind of shake it off. What do you guys want to do after this? You
take a 10-minute rest.
Well, everyone else, do you want to continue walking forward? You do see other craters and things around this field.
Yeah, I feel like Jewel, standing behind these two characters who have just walked in front of her, would take stock of the fact that El Demonio has just exploded and Javi has walked forward unharmed. Can she follow in his footsteps?
Yeah. So, I mean, the way this game works, technically, yeah, you would be fine, but I think your characters might not be able to follow exactly the footsteps that are laid out here, if that makes sense. You're like, I'm gonna walk in the same 5-foot corridor, but do you want to be a little precautious about this? Do you want to do you want to scout as you walk ahead, or?
Yeah, I was wondering if I could, survival is not one of my skills, but I was wondering if I could use survival to try to find footsteps or something.
What about burrow?
Could I burrow?
What if you just burrow 10
right
feet
into
down?
a
What
mine?
if I run into a mine?
I was about to say, it might be a little.
The mine is. The mine's got to be like a foot.
It might
under
do
the
more
ground.
damage if you trigger it with your face.
We'll dig further down.
That's
Go down 10 feet and then go.
Well, I only have 10-foot burrow speed, so.
Well, that just means it would take you a while to get.
I would say survival would be the skill if you want to literally follow the exact footsteps that Javi went through. And I should also mention that Alabian's 21-2 just floated over, didn't have any problem as well.
I assume Piston's fine too for the same reason.
Yeah, but the other option is if you guys just want to take, if you're taking 10 here for your friend that got exploded, you can also slowly advance and take 20 on perception, trying to move forward in that path and make sure that nothing's in your way as you get to this hovel. It's a kind of a lean-to of junk that is supposedly the privateer's camp. I guess this really only affects still, of course, El Demonio, Mixer, and Jewel. So up to you guys.
I'm confused by what my options are. It sounds like I can just take 20 and we'll get there eventually, unharmed.
If you want to follow the exact footsteps of Javi, then I will say making your path the exact straight path he walked from the edge of the map all the way through. You don't see in those 5-6 squares any other signs of buried ordnance or anything like that.
So my understanding about taking 20 is that it means that you're just trying over and over again until you get it right.
Yeah, so you're spending a minute searching the area in front of you.
But you would trigger all the bombs.
Yeah, you hit a mine.
You would hit all the bombs because it assumes that you fail a whole bunch of times, right?
Well, I'm saying in meta terms, you playing the character probably understand that the 5-foot corridor between you and Javi is safe because he just walked it. But your characters in real life, 5-foot square is a large space. And like I said, the options that would probably be available to your character are very slowly and surely walking through there or walking the exact same footsteps.
I have an idea. Can
Okay.
I take up a handful of dirt from the ground and throw dirt out in front of me to see if it triggers anything, and then before walking into that square?
Yeah, so I think you can safely assume that there might be elsewhere unexploded ordnance. Probably not the last one if this is refuse from this huge Veskarium battle cruiser. Do you want to spend time to like search out the other ones? Because do you want to explode them? Is that something you want to take time to do?
Not particularly.
Okay, well, like I said, it's more than fine just to walk through the steps that Javi took, because somehow Tyler's complete first time's the charm luck did it for him. But as we saw last week, Miles, I'm sorry, you just took 1 5-foot step above him, and that did not work. So let's get forward here, because I think unless you guys want to spend time disabling the other potential threats here, you can get to and from the shed without any problems. And why don't you make me a perception check if you want to search around the campsite here.
I remember this group is terrible at perception.
We're not so
checks.
wise.
Are
Lacking
you-
in the wisdom.
Let's see. So I've got some 13s. It looks like our highest right now.
Oh, yeah. Oh my God.
Yeah, and Tyler, I'm not terrible at perception. I just can't roll worth anything for it. So
Oh God. Oh yeah. You have a +5. You're not terrible at perception. Yeah, no.
The
That's,
3
not bad.
will probably not be enough on the dice. Yeah, so looking around here, you don't see a lot of salvageable tech. Let's see.
Can I spend more time and take 20?
Yeah, how much time would you guys like to spend here? Are you like tossing this place? Do you want to, strip the walls down? And
Nobody's here, right?
it's empty. Well, I will say, propped against the Vesk's kind of makeshift bed, there is a weapon and some armor, kind of like on a stand, supplanted with pieces of junk. There is a kind of an old and patched suit of Golem Forge plating Mark II, which is a heavy armor, and there's also from this adventure a new, I believe, heavy weapon called a light rubbish cannon. which is like a junk launcher.
Oh boy.
But no one's here, and you came to talk to this guy. So would you like to, I guess, rob? He might be dead for all intents and purposes. He supposedly was out here and was planning on taking on this golem.
should we wait to see if he comes back? It wouldn't make sense if he was going off to take on the golem without the armor and weapon.
Right. Yeah, that's true. If he's, it's entirely possible that something has happened to him, but he might also just be, I don't know, on a bathroom break or something.
Do we see any signs of a struggle?
He has a life. Maybe he's hanging out outside of
Maybe
his
he's
house.
got friends. Yeah.
He in the club. He dancing
Yeah,
right
when's
now.
the last time in a Starfinder adventure path was an NPC like, whoa, sorry, I'm late. I was hanging out with my buds.
I was doing a more interesting thing than when you
I'm sorry, my entire life doesn't revolve around you five.
around your adventure. Thank you very much.
Excuse me.
Yeah. Oh man.
What's up to you? You guys want to go through his stuff and take it with you? Do you want to wait?
Seems a little rude. Right?
Right, if I feel like if we're trying to get this guy's help, maybe we don't steal his stuff. But,
Yeah.
I mean, I think waiting sounds like a reasonable option. There doesn't seem to be any real
I mean, as long as there are no
restriction.
signs of trouble, he didn't
Right.
take his weapon with him. Like, I mean,
We'll come back for it probably. Right?
Well, I very 13 after you're over there for an hour, will very slowly walk forward the same path, maybe with Piston's guidance and say, I mean, if he is not here, then perhaps we should just move on and look for some of the other pieces that Merc asked us to look for in the waste.
we could always
I
come
guess,
back.
but if we're going to leave, I kind of want that gun. I don't want to run into anybody bad and not have the most firepower by our side that we can.
Is that a rule of the junkyards? Finders keepers? Is that how they play here?
Yeah, I don't think that he owns this land right here, if I'm understanding. So, not sure if there's any legal disputes to be had between picking up junk.
Well, hold on there, partner. I don't think it's quite right to be stealing people's guns from their own homes. I mean, how would you feel if somebody waltzed into your house and just took all of your guns, huh?
I'm just
I
saying.
haven't owned a house, so I don't know how I'd feel.
Can we just sub out Alindra for Jewel and Piston next season? Every time I keep forgetting that's her voice. I'm like,
Well, y'all, I'm about to supernova.
here I go.
It's
Turn three again.
turns.
Ooh,
It's
boy.
turn 3, y'all.
So good. Pardon.
Welcome to season 4. We gather here to celebrate the life that was Alindra Vallis. Here to give the eulogy is
A cool
Jewel and Piston.
character
Jewel and Piston.
with a lot of damage, but replaced by a fun accent. Sorry.
All right, so
Yeah. Never mind that it's a mechanic and yeah.
Oh, yeah, no.
useless.
Oh, yeah. Can you imagine a level 20 mechanic? You're like, I still suck.
feel free to. I mean, do you guys want to take a vote? You're still fairly new to this. Some of you seem on the fence about what to do in this exact situation. Do you want?
Vary's got a good idea. I think we should maybe go to one of the other places. Maybe he'll be back from the club and or the bathroom when
Yeah,
we're
I guess
done
the
over
question
there.
is, do we take his stuff or do we not? I mean, do we leave it alone?
If we take his stuff, we should at least leave a note.
Like an IOU. I owe you one golem forged plating armor.
As you walk away, another piece of ordnance explodes, and he pops out and it's like, "That's why you always leave a note."
The one-armed vest.
You have to leave a note next to the crater that we just left. Like, I owe you one grenade.
I owe you one bomb, one unexploded bomb. Yeah. So, show of hands. I don't know. It's an audio podcast. Maybe we should do it audio. Do you guys want to take this gun? Do you want to spend some time searching, or do you want to just? I don't know.
What is the gun? Is it significantly better than what we have?
That's what I was checking. It is from Junker's Delight from this volume. And I was looking it up while we were having like a 10-minute conversation about it. It's one of the new tech pieces that they made specifically for this volume. So it like shoots
So they want us to take it.
junk. Well, no, they just
I
put
think that's
like
the whole
all
thing
the
is that
tech in the game is kind of put in here. The light rubbish cannon is a 2-handed heavy weapon with a knockdown critical, 30-foot range. So it's not huge there, but is 1d8 bludgeoning damage. And I believe it has some special abilities. I think you have to like actually load it with junk with like a bulk of junk. One bulk of useless trash is like its ammunition.
Oh, I've got a cantrip where I can just like sit there and just spam it, and I can just fill that thing up with trash.
So does Javi have heavy weapon proficiency?
All soldiers do.
Well, there you go.
So yeah, I'm pretty sure its capacity is 1, so it's kind of like a grenade launcher. So he loaded up one at a time to blast it.
And it fires one bulk at a time.
Yes.
Wow.
But it only does 1d8 damage?
Yeah.
This is the worst gun I've ever heard of.
That is a bad gun.
One bolt of junk does 1d8.
You guys can look it up too on Archive of Nethys. That's where all the rules is. But it has the blast capability, so it's an explosive.
Oh, it's blast.
Junk blast.
It's a cone. It's a 30-foot cone.
No,
that's what blast is, right?
No, it's like a 10-foot square blast.
Oh, I thought that was explode.
I don't think so.
Yeah, I thought a blast was a cone too, but I don't know.
Heavy junk.
That would be cool if it was a cone.
Heavy junk. It's not heavy junk tosser. Heavy junk thrower.
Yeah, a heavy junk tosser. No, light rubbish cannon. Heavy junk. I didn't say any of those were. Oh, it's a heavy weapon. I did say heavy weapon. With explode weapons, you aim at a grid intersection, and each creature within takes illicit damage.
This is a blast, though. This is a blast.
Did I not say explode?
This weapon fires in a cone.
You said blast.
You said blast, and it is blast.
Yeah.
Okay, then it's the other one.
Okay, got it.
I was thinking it was.
Yeah, this weapon fires a cone that extends only to its first range increment.
30 foot is still pretty.
That's
Especially
a
for
good
a cone.
Yeah, that's a good cone. I feel like a lot of the blast weapons only do like 15-foot cones, and so a 30-foot cone is that changes things.
And at 1d8, I mean that definitely.
Yeah, that might be worth it.
How would that help with a goal? Because wasn't the weapon and armor supposed to help fighting a golem, right?
Or maybe that's why he left it here. This is completely useless against the golem.
Exactly.
Anyway, I guess
when you shoot it with junk, it just becomes bigger and more powerful. It's just like, oh no, I'm more junk.
Well, I quit. Yeah, I mean, so Javi, I don't think Javi cares so much about the armor, but his vote, if he were to vote, if we were going with a vote system here, would be the take the gun,
leave the cannoli.
Yeah, and if these guys want, you all want to leave a note telling them where we're going, I guess that's fine. But I'm happy.
I vote to leave everything here.
It's not good karma to take somebody's gun out in the waste like this. I don't remember how I was doing this voice before.
This is Mixer now. Deal with it, everyone.
I've always sounded like this.
I don't know what you're talking about. Yeah, I mean, it's very possible you're saving it if he is hurt or injured somewhere. Maybe a group of goblins comes up and they steal it instead. And then I'm going to shoot you guys with that cannon if those goblins find you. That's always an option.
All right. So it sounds like we're leaving it. So I guess we're going to move on to one of the other areas.
Although Patrick does make
There's going to be some souped up goblin in like heavy armor.
Patrick, you already threw your vote in, Drew.
Yeah.
You can't pull it.
Don't second guess it now. Just go ahead.
Yeah.
All right.
No.
So sounds like you're heading out. As we talked about last week, there's a couple other things you got to look for if you don't want to. Well, I can ask you if you wanted to take on this big bag golem that might have killed Avesk first, or do you want to look for? There's a supposed power core tower you've been kind of pointed the direction of that is very possible place where you might find an intact electrolytic capacitor, which is another piece of tech that is needed. And the second item.
Oh, that tower sounds pretty cool.
Is in the portion of the Outer Junk Fields where Kesh has pointed you towards, where you might be able to find a size 23 specific harmonic coil. So a couple other options of places nearby to look for. What do you want to do?
I feel like El Demonio would probably want to find the golem. That sounds like a fun fight in his mind.
Mm-hmm.
Better to fight early in the day than fight late in the day.
I mean, his whole reason here is looking for fights. So,
yeah, then this one supposedly has some heft to them. I will say these other locations are along the way. If you want to stop in and do some searching for the said, I can't remember these stupid things' names. The capacitor and the coil. That's what I'm going to call them.
There's a capacitor and coil.
Yeah.
Which one's closer? Are they both equidistant from us right now?
The power core tower, which is in goblin territory, as you walk away from Merc and Kesh, who are staying behind.
Yeah, let's go see the goblins.
Yeah. Always love a goblin.
That was Drew's character mixer. Just, do you have
Aren't
something
you a
against
goblin?
goblins?
He was just grumbling because he's gonna this Olympians. He's gonna go and be friends with all the other goblins, and he's not gonna like me anymore. He's gonna replace me with one of the goblins he finds at this place.
What is Mixer's deal? Is he a goblin or not a goblin?
Have we revealed what he is yet?
No, we have
Apparently not.
I believe
I have no idea.
I assumed you were a goblin, right?
I thought he was a goblin.
I thought he was a goblin.
He's definitely not a goblin.
Okay, well, I don't know. I haven't been paying that close attention.
I think
His
your
name was Token as a
character,
goblin.
Gilberto, I think your character knows because you did a life science check on him.
Oh, I guess I did. Yeah.
He was a goblin.
Yeah.
Okay. He's
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah, there was you had a whole. I think you had a whole interaction with him in episode 1.
Too, but you haven't brought that up to anyone else.
Yeah.
So
it seems. Yeah.
So I will reveal to you guys, and I guess to the listening audience, that part of Mixer's background is that because he might have used to be a goblin, goblins are going to find him to be extremely unnerving.
Well, that sounds perfect.
Let's go pick on some trash hunters.
I love
so
making goblins feel
confused.
uncomfortable.
Good, Rebecca. This whole mini season is to make people feel uncomfortable with new weird characters on a planet we've really never touched before, Akaton, hardly at all. It was I don't remember if it was the real or the made up place that Nak Sizrak was supposedly from.
It was the made up place he was supposed to
There's
be from.
there's too many lies in this podcast. After about an hour or so walking away from the privateers camp, you can see as you walk along perhaps evidence or markings and deeds of space goblin tinkering around you, deep dents and sheets of metal and half melted chunks of plastic and kind of scorch marks as you continue forward. And you arrive at a site where Merc has kind of explained you might be able to find this capacitor and see a tower of what look like metal cylinders rising about 40 feet into the sky. It is a very tall construction, very, very obviously not just like a pile of junk. And you cast a long shadow as you walk past some junk piles and get closer to it. The top you can see is wobbling a little bit in the breeze, but seems stable as you get closer. Why don't you guys make me, as you're still walking around the bins of junk, a perception check or engineering? Give it a little once over. Holy free holy.
I'll save my roll.
I'm not used to these higher numbers
I know.
because we've got, or lower numbers too. We got a, was this for this roll, a 5 on a perception check and then a 30 on an engineering check from, that's what mechanics are great for.
Yeah, it's the only thing mechanics are good at is
Get a
engineering.
level 20 engineer and it's like, I've got a 59 on engineering check. Is that enough?
Yeah.
GM?
I spent time when I was like building out Andis. I was like, when Andis gets to be level 20, if Andis gets to be level 20, I would like to be able to get root access to Absalom Station.
I'm going to break the mainframe.
It's like, and I was like, and I almost got there with it, but
yeah, as you get closer, I mean, this is something pretty interesting to Jewel. You see, these are all stacked and welded together power cores, like Starship power cores. These, tens of thousands of pounds of equipment, and it's kind of got as you get closer to its base, you can see it's got a pyramidal shape the first couple of stories, and then starting about halfway up, it's just one power core stacked on top of another.
I assume they're not powered. Are they powered down?
Yeah, these look pretty well junked as you get close to them.
I am an electrician. Maybe I could turn them on.
I mean, a lot of these are probably things that have not been in a starship for perhaps hundreds of years. As you get closer, though, and get into this clearing that has formed around the base of this tower, you see in the distance a couple of goblins, obviously in their territory, one of which has a Thassaron toad like on a leash, maybe like a little harness kind of rig, and with a little retractable muzzle on its mouth, keeping its tongue in place. Taking us to a new map. As you guys get closer to these space goblins, they turn in your direction, and you hear one of them, perhaps the most footballist head of them all, say, "How goes there? In the name of GEO Bomb Guzzle, the trash hunters demand you show yourselves."
Yes, Olivians will fly forward and say, "Oh, greetings there, goblin friends. We come seeking some equipment."
Well, you are in our territory, trash hunter territory. What is it? What is it you've come here for?
"Oh, I have trash to trade if you desire it." And I start just like casting like create junk, just like dropping like piles of garbage.
I have this. This is good, and also this. This is like the best.
They're all like broken circuit boards and just like junked engine parts just sort of falling out of my hands. Like
857 copies of ET for a tar.
Right, exactly.
Yeah, that's one casting of the cantrip. It just goes pop, 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 pop. It's like super loud for a second. Maybe another as you guys move closer. I think they'll step a little bit closer around kind of the base of the tower to get a better look at you. Alabians, and you've got Javi at your side. Make me another perception or not or engineering check, because they seem to have been scrapping here for a bit.
What a waste. I held it. I held it the first time. Should have just kept on holding.
Yeah, natural 20 from Javi.
I'm just completely distracted by the mountains of Bart Simpson dolls that are just piling up in front of me.
Well, Javi, you recognize from the description Merc gave you, one of these goblins, maybe the one holding on to the pet faster toad, is indeed holding over his shoulder the exact thing that you're looking for, an electrolytic capacitor. That seems to be in pretty good working order.
Javi will speak up and say, "Like my friend said, we're here to strike a deal. Now I need that capacitor that's hanging over your shoulder. And in exchange, we're willing to trade items we have on us, and I do have information on where you can find some weapons and armor here in the junkyard that have been left behind. We can give you the location and safe passage through some traps, and you can claim what you want."
I think these goblins, they hear the word trade and their ears perk up, because I mean, you guys are wearing some nice armor. For the most part, you've got weapons on you, and I don't know. I think you hear them. They all turn into Quark from DS9, and they're like, "Wow, trade!" You say, they have a little huddle in the back, and one of them, the one holding the Thasser Toad and the capacitor, will move forward to you and say, "Well, what is it you have to trade for? We are down for good trades where we make out."
I'm glad you asked. I don't have, I have some.
Anything to trade per se.
You called my bluff, goblins. You're a wise opponent.
I mean,
I have some basic things. I have some healing items as well as a few weapons we scavenged off some now no longer living opponents, but we also are willing to trade information on where you can find some golden forged plating as well as What do we call that thing? A light rubbish cannon? I'm going to tell you where it is in exchange.
We can't hold on to information. We need it in our hands.
I can make it so that one of you never has to eat a crappy meal again. What would you give for this power?
You want to sew our mouths shut? No, I don't want that at all.
No, that is not what I mean. And I pluck one of the Aeon stones from that's circling my head, and I say, I have a magical device here that can that will satisfy all your desires for water in this desert.
Can this goblin hold it? Do you like offer with your tiny hand?
Yeah.
All right. Well, he licks it as soon as you give it to him. Just like, water, you say? No, this tastes like rock. No, thank you.
No, let me show you. And I just sort of like tap it into orbit around his head, and his thirst evaporates.
Where's the water?
No, there's no water.
I don't want this. This does not sound like a good trade for an electro whoozy what's it. This thing that is very good.
Have you ever wished that you didn't have to breathe anymore?
What? You're gonna sew our mouth shut again?
Hold on there, partner. Hold on.
I'm gonna
hold on. They might like a party trick. And she sets down the bucket in front of her. Y'all got any junk you want to throw into this bucket? It'll spit something pretty cool out. If the gods allow it, it's all up to your gods. You've been doing good. You've been doing your prayers every night.
Obviously, the one with the electrolytic capacitor goes forward. It's like, yeah, let's throw this in real quick.
Well, not that one. That one. I'll hold on to that. That'll be your payment, and then we'll see. You got any, stuff you just don't want anymore, and see what you might get in return?
I don't want my husband anymore. Can I throw him in there? They all laugh.
That works, right? That works, right? You can throw a person in there.
It would be a slow
pretty
death,
sure that does work.
I don't think it would spit anything out, but technically the art
maybe a new monster, boyfriend.
Or a helmet. He might get a helmet to wear.
Gave up my boyfriend and all I got was a grenade? Useless.
We like Home Depot bucket soup. We trade for bucket and soup inside. You can have the electrolyzed thingamabobber, but we get bucket soup.
All right. Jewel, hand over the bucket soup.
Everybody okay with this?
Oh, I believe we have had enough bucket soup.
Yep. I think we're okay with that, little guy. You can have the bucket soup. Just hand over the capacitor, the coil. Which one do they have?
This is the
capacitor.
Capacitor is the one.
Yeah, I've only said capacitor like 5 times here. As you go to make the trade, one of them looks forward. It's like, wait, this isn't soup at all. It's a monster ooze.
No. You don't want to eat that. Don't eat that.
Well, why were you trying to give us the soup then?
To be fair, I did try to give you something that would mean you didn't have to eat the soup. But,
that rock isn't soup.
To be fair, we don't know if it cannot be made into soup. I hear there are a lot of creatures that can be made into a whole bunch of delicious meals. And
as it happens,
isn't necessarily a cook.
As it happens, anything can be soup if you eat it.
I agree with my floating friend here. You should try making soup out of it. And
one of them that's picking got his finger like 2 knuckles deep into his ear, pulls that finger out and dips it into the bucket. It's like, ow! It bit me, and then tastes it. It tastes like ear. It's real bad. Listen,
it makes sense after you put your finger in your ear.
We want tech items. We want good stuff. Some expensive stuff, something that costs at least 2 billion gum basel fuzzy gloppers.
All right, and what does that convert into credits as, or UPBs?
200 credits.
All right.
Can we just give you 200 credits?
No, we can't spend credits out here. But if you have 2 billion gombuzzle fuzzy gloppers, then we can talk.
Wait, we can like convert stuff into UPBs with this bucket, right?
Of soup.
Why don't we take the bucket that they so callously refuse to take and just convert something into 200 UPBs right in front of them and be like, all right, here you go. Suckers.
If they see you start pulling about UPBs and are willing to, spend some time feeding said bucket with more of your loot, they will accept that as a trade.
Do we have like 200 credits worth of loot right now?
That's a great question. I think you still got some.
Avi does
some pistols, right?
Yeah. I mean, I straight up got UPBs, but I don't have any more gear.
I mean, do you want to put some UPBs into that pile? Can you scrape together enough as a group?
Let's see.
Yeah, I got 345 credits, but that ain't UPBs.
I think also you got some armor the last time you spent time playing with your bucket.
Let's see.
Like there's like a set of second skin you can trade them as well.
That's true. Yeah, if we have a second skin, we can just toss that in there. I think that's 200 credits. So
yeah, Javi is wearing the second skin. If you're talking about the skin we got out of the bucket.
Well, what did you do with your armor?
My station wear, my flight suit station wear.
Mm-hmm.
I guess I still have it technically.
Yeah, that's like 100 credits right there.
There's also a grenade launcher. It's a little bit more expensive than 200 credits, but you can give that to them.
Oh yeah,
nobody's gonna use that grenade launcher. Yeah.
Let's give him the grenade launcher.
Yeah.
Oh, I forgot I had a grenade launcher on my back all this time.
As long as we don't give them grenades too, it'll be fine. Perfectly safe.
We can tell them where they can find some unexploded, ordnance back there.
Oh no, yeah, one of them whips off his backpack and there's like 30 goblin grenades in there. It's like, no, we're good. We're good. Perfect. we're gonna go kill some Ikeshti right now. I mean, no, we're in a truce. We're gonna practice on some Ikeshti dummies right now. These guys seem pretty amenable to a trade. They're like, thank you very much, junkers, trash hunters. We accept you into our territory, but do not tarry for long, because this is our turf.
Tarry we shan't.
Here's your
for your business.
Here's your electric thingamabobber. It's yours.
Thank you. We will be on our way. Oh, you wouldn't have happened to seen a Vesk wandering around the junkyards recently, have you?
They all kind of like murmur to themselves. It's like, nah, we do not deal with that one. He has gone back on deals with the trash hunters. He is not welcome here. If you see them, tell him Bomb Guzzle is looking for him.
I'll be sure to let him know.
All right. No goblin combat.
Friends.
Yep, you've made more friends than anything. And
all
you've got the capacitor.
We're doing the pacifist run, Patrick. Doing the pacifist
run. Made new friends. Heading on to the next area where indeed in unbrewed territory in the Outer Junk Fields, Kesh directs you to where in the past they have seen, different areas of all sizes of harmonic coils, and warns you that the unbrewed, while not outright antagonistic, they don't like people overstaying their welcome. Goblins or trash hunter goblins or junkers like yourself, for long periods of time. Let's see here. Kesh does warn you though that there are, fairly violent Ikeshti that, especially if they see a goblin in their territory, will try to drive them out. So you can not trust they would be as accepting as goblins.
We throw a sheet over this goblin looking dude and hope to pass him off as a ghost.
It's not too far from what your character is, right, Drew?
Yeah.
Yeah, close enough, right?
No one will ever know, friend.
It's a little on the nose.
That's right. I wink at him.
Moving into unbrewed territory, do you want to kind of like stay towards the back of the party, Drew?
Yes, I mean I was already kind of towards the back talking to the goblins. You might notice that that Mixer didn't say much in that whole interchange. Didn't want to spoil the mood. So yeah, he might maybe could Jules' drone kind of fly in front of his head or on top of him, like, I don't know, maybe make him look different. I don't know. That's a weird thing to say or suggest.
It's a tiny drone. So
They call me Drone Face. Strangers.
Nobody has disguise as a skill, right?
Hold on. No.
So, I mean, we could talk about your marching order in unbrewed territory, but is there, I mean, how are you guys walking through the waste here? Because you probably have another half hour or so until you get to the area through their territory that Kesh described. Is there any precautions you want to take, or are you fine just marching in single file, or what would you like to do?
Joel would be happy to have Piston sort of scout ahead stealthily, stay out of.
It is a stealth drone, right? So I'm guessing pretty well trained in that. Why don't you make me a stealth check? As you can have it, what's the range for your drone? You can have it pretty far ahead of yourself.
How far away from me can it be?
Yeah.
That's a great question. I don't know off the top of my head, but here's a stealth check.
Okay, 13, so 10 on the dice. I think at first you might have it in a mode where it's getting a great view, but you realize maybe a little ways on that you're very visible from different parts of the junk piles ahead of you, so you can bring it back down after a bit and have it a little closer to the ground, but still get a good view of 50 to 100 feet ahead of you guys. And as you cross into the general vicinity of the junk mounds Kesh gave to you, I will put. You come across a dead end with Piston, but you're able to find what looks like the exact area that Kesh has kind of pointed out to you. Make me a perception check, everyone, as you move forward. All right, so we got some good ones here, including Drew's rolling not bad. 19 on perception check.
Finally.
Get maybe 40, 50 feet or so away from this general area, and you find what looks like a huge crumpled bulkhead of an old starship, and indeed lying in what looks like a large dead end of several mounds of junk. And you see dozens, if not hundreds, of small piles of coiled pieces of metal lying in like a huge ziggurat in the back of this area, next to a puddle of unidentifiable liquid. But in the back here with that perception check, as you get closer, you see a couple of hooded figures behind the junk, along with what looks like a small kefak. I'm going to take us to the new map. Whoop.
New map, new me. Oh boy.
Sorry, one moment.
Look at all these cute little maps we've been getting.
Yeah, they're adorable. There's a lot of maps in this AP, a lot of junky maps. As you guys come stomping forward, these two figures, who indeed you see are small size, but definitely not goblins, will kind of move around this pile of coils in your direction, and they see you maybe from a little bit of a distance away, and you see one of them kind of whispering to the other as you move forward. What would you guys like to do?
Greetings, friend. We come in to seek of trade.
Or an exchange of information, whichever one you'd rather have.
I know where a light rubbish cannon is. I
can tell you where you can find a gun that does 1d8 versus a cone or explode.
Would you like
honest,
to?
I wasn't listening too much when we figured it out.
Would you like to know where a grenade launcher is?
And some buried grenades.
Have you ever
Buried
wished?
because people don't want to know where they are, not because they go off when you step on them.
Have you ever wished you didn't have to breathe or eat or drink water?
I'm trying
So
to.
I can tell you where to find a bucket of soup.
I got a
Soup
hot
tastes
line.
like ears.
I can make you a cocktail.
We haven't had any submissions yet from listeners of this many seasons of what to name bucket ooze, but Home Depot bucket soup HDBS is currently the contender. HDBS. As you move forward and start talking to them, they seem, these are Ikeshti, you can tell as you get closer, seem not to really acknowledge you too much. They keep looking back at one another, and you hear some whispering, but they will say, one of them very loudly to the other, "Oh, what do we have here, brood mate? These are some traders, I think, perhaps just tourists from the depot who got lost." Yes.
Well,
Yes, they are.
no, we're definitely not lost. Well, tourist is a little bit of a light word, but we certainly don't live here. We're not seeking to put out any territory.
Barry in the back is like, "I am definitely a tourist. No weapons on me."
She's the most deadliest one here.
Don't
And
let
a
that fool you. She's a turn 3 Solarian if I've ever seen one.
Yeah, you got to be wary of her. Some people don't need guns or weapons to be lethal. That one can kill you with just a toe.
Yes, they look dangerous, brood mate. Let us kill the most dangerous one first. We'll keep soft brain boy last for torture fun later.
Ray.
Obviously, we're gonna roll some initiative real quick. Boop. Click on your character tokens and let's get to it, because you've already made goblin friends with trading. This is how Ikeshti make friends, by
Where's
murdering. But do you need all of your characters? It's right here.
Oh, okay.
She blends in with the background.
Does.
All right.
Writing her token.
We have got high rolls and we've got the low rolls.
Javi, we're initiative buddies.
We have been in sync. We're about, if we can do like the fusion, we'll become something.
I'm just going to sort of perch atop your head and we will think as one. Yeah. I'll be the Krang to your giant weird robot, naked robot man.
If Javi gets on El Demonio's shoulders, then you've got range, you've got magic, you've got melee, all in one.
For the most powerful Starfinder totem you will ever come across.
We call it Junkatron.
Junkatron.
Oh boy.
Oh, good.
So I think we are starting combat. Whoop. With them, kind of hissing their tongue out a little bit in this Kethak. I still haven't rolled fast enough. Moves forward in a menacing way. But before it gets to go, we have Alabians and Javi at the top. Who wants to go first?
Go, brain friend. I feel like we're going to do like the same kind of thing. So knock your. Unless you want time to look at your spells, I can shoot.
I bet we're not going to do the same thing.
Oh, okay. I guess if you want time to look at your spell list, shooting my gun is a pretty fast decision.
Yeah, that one goes pretty quick. I'm going to swift action, fabricate some scrap, move action, barricade, and then standard action, energy ray. I blast them with electricity because it's junk times. Let's see. Who am I? Yeah, I'll blast for this person.
You're hitting one of these Ikeshti first.
Yeah.
All right, go right ahead and make that the EAC attack roll.
Yeah. 12 versus EAC.
Ooh, I was like, it's probably not a hit. But level 1, that is a miss indeed. Against this very small. I guess we need to recap what Ikeshti is. They're kind of like little lizard folk, small lizard folk, red scaled. They have long kind of spiked tails. Oakley dokley. I guess I can show you guys what exactly this is art from Junker's Delight. These guys look like.
I'm interested in what kind of blue orb of magical. Oh, nope. They can just straight have magic. I mean, they're just using magic.
Oh, yes.
Oh, no.
Oh, no. There are other Junkomancers. No.
Javi. You see them conjuring some magics as they get into combat mode. Javi, you are next, right behind Alabians by his little junk fortress of solitude you put up here.
Fortress of Junkitude.
What would you like to do, Tyler?
They got knives out too, like their art indicates.
I think they probably had them out while you interrupted them. So yes.
Okay, time to do something dumb. I'm gonna move right here.
Oh, moving past the Kathak and one of the Ikeshtis.
Yes, sir.
It is very dumb. I love it. Let me make some attack of opportunities. First, the Kathak. Ooh, 17 on the dice.
That's a hit.
Yeah. But these are not fast strong Kathaks. They're not boss fights. These are little nibblers. So you're just taking first D6 points of slashing, 5 points from that, and the Ikeshti will indeed kind of stab at you with that dagger.
Don't roll rock.
No rock rolled. Only a 5 on the dice, and I don't think that's going to hit. So, well, you've ran right up to them. What are you going to do?
Blast them directly in the face.
With what?
With my hand cannon.
Oh, this Ikeshti that you've moved up to.
Yeah, this Ikeshti is just getting.
Do you not have? It's an a ranged weapon. Do you get a bonus for being next to him?
Nope.
Okay, cool. Yeah, that was dumb. I love it.
You're very welcome.
Super hit.
Super hit. 5 points of damage there.
5 points of damage. And I haven't really mentioned it thus far. I was looking to play around with the Dragon Master Patreon subscribers, as well as you guys, the possibility of home brewing a bit of a rule, something we call super hits here. They are not going to be crits on a 19, but I was thinking, what if we tried, at least in this little mini season, if you roll a 19, you can apply your weapon's critical hit effect.
That's fun.
For super hit, which in this case, is that going to be a knockdown for the pistol?
Well, hold on one second. Well, yes. Yes, because that would because I don't have any extra critical hit damage.
Yeah, well, it wouldn't do damage, just the effect if you have one.
Yes, so the effect would be knockdown.
Okay, yeah, so I like the idea of Javi running up and just sticking your gun in this little Ikeshti's chest and popping him one. So that happens, and as soon as it does, he's also taken 5 points of damage. This Kathak is going to turn around and on its turn make 2 attacks versus Javi. So I would like a natural 19 if we've got a game. No.
Hey,
natural 15. What is your KAC though?
I mean, like 15, right? So you got it.
Your KAC is 15. Yes. So that is enough for another single hit against you and 4 points of slashing damage.
All right.
And everyone else rolled very similarly in the initiative turn order, which means who's next? El Demonio Verde.
All right. So El Demonio is going to go up to this little fella, the Kathak, and just give him a little running knee strike there.
Mm-hmm.
And Will a 3 hit?
Oh,
3 on the dice is a miss. Good and bad thing about the Starfinder and level 1. Some short turns or maybe long turns. Jewel, you are next with 7.
Yeah. Can Jewel kind of call out to the Ikeshti and be like, well, hey now, partner, I don't want to hurt your little pet here. You should call him down.
No, it will sup of your blood. We have not fed it for days, and it hungers for your junk. It will tear you out of your armor, and we will carve you up like pumpkins.
Hunger for my junk.
Those exist on Akaton.
Well, then you asked for it, and she's going to have Piston move back a little bit. And Piston will take a shot, and Jewel will take a shot. Both. Well, I'll have Piston shoot at the Kefik, and Jewel will shoot at the Ikeshti that Javi is on.
Okay.
All right, so Jewel first with a 12 to attack.
That was against the Ikeshti.
Yes.
So definitely miss. Let's go to Piston.
And Piston. Natural one. Man.
Unfortunately. All right. That is going to bring us to the Ikeshti's turn. You can make an attack of opportunity if you would like, Javi, as this Ikeshti is going to stand up as a move action.
Yeah, absolutely. Get pistol whipped, my dude.
My dude, a pistol whipping.
15.
Against KC, that is a hit.
4 points of pistol whippage.
Okay, so you've done a good amount versus this one. He is going to stand up, and as his standard action, indeed, you see a blue ball of crackling electricity kind of form up around his hand.
I'm so stupid. I'm so stupid. I knew he was a magic user, and I let you goat me into hitting him when he stood up instead of hitting him when he cast a spell. That's why I moved up. Is to hit him when he casts a spell.
If it makes you feel better, it's Jolting Surge, so no attack of opportunity on that.
I do feel better.
Okay.
I do feel better.
Blast ya. 12, believe against K or EAC.
That's a hit.
Going to be a hit. If your attack hits, we are talking a 4d6 electricity damage coming at you.
At level 2?
Bleep. Yes, but I rolled pretty low here. 12 points of electricity damage.
Jeez Louise.
And this one is going to move through his buddies up to El Demonio. And I think we're going to start with the same thing. Yeah, we're going to start with the same thing. Wow. Against EAC, natural 20. I can't stop rolling crits against Miles. So, as he, I don't think, do you carry any electrical devices on you, Miles?
No.
Yeah, I think he's just coming up and like 2 small hands just wrap around your leg. That is a crit, which means we need to do a Patreon shout out because it is an attack roll.
I can't believe that you get Patreon shout outs when you crit. This should be the opposite.
They should shout out me?
Yeah. It should be a Patreon shout at Patrick where they just yell at you or loft insults your direction.
I think maybe we didn't even get a chance to shout them out. They joined up recently and I think have moved on to another level. But I wanted to shout out Brandy. Thank you so much for supporting us on Patreon for any amount of time. And this is 8d6 coming to Miles. That seems, I'm going to double check that. Is that a lot? That's a lot for
level 2. You just did 46 to me, so checks out.
Oop, I'm going to roll 46 twice. Holy free hole. 31 points of electricity damage.
Okay.
You're still up,
down, right?
No. He's a constitution-based character.
Wow. Impressive.
That's their turn. Drew, walk us through. You've just seen a huge fight erupt. What would you like to do next?
I'm gonna run up. I don't have the range to get all the way up on. Actually, I do. I can get all the way up to El Demonio. So I'm just gonna cruise up right behind him, and I'm gonna stick this boy with a basic booster to give him, you know what?
Electricity resistance.
No, I was going to give him
good.
+1 to AC, but that doesn't seem like it's going to do much. Are any of these things using natural attacks?
Well, you just saw a couple of magic spells pop off.
Yeah.
I guess the Kefak, which still hasn't been hit yet, is, but
Nah, I think instead he's gonna pull out his cast eject liquidator as he's running up here, and he's gonna take aim at this one right here.
the Ikeshti in the back that Javi's been beating up.
Yeah, we're gonna take a shot at it, and we're gonna load it with one of my toxicology inhibitors. So we're gonna take a shot at this thing. Ooh, that's a 12 to hit.
Against EAC. No, KC. That is a miss. sorry. That is turn 1, turn 2, Alabians.
For reference, that 31 damage
Would have killed you twice.
would be 1 point away from instant killing me from max.
Starflight.
It would massive damage rule me from full hit points. So, oh my.
Yeah, they're not going to kill you, Jabert. They already said they're saving the squishy brain man for last. You look like
if they shoot me with the bolt of lightning, they might.
What would you like to do, sir? Please don't magic me to death.
I mean,
just let me do it to your friends.
I suppose it's that time of the day to cast my final level 1 spell. Because it's the only thing that does anything. Wait, no, I have a gun now. I can shoot a gun. Good at shooting guns.
Shoot gun good.
I'm gonna shoot a gun good.
Blast him with a pistol from behind cover.
Yeah. Pew pew. Good lord. Do I have a clean shot on anybody right now? Or am I just
Unfortunately,
open for 20?
No, but the Kefak, is probably a little lighter armored than these 2 Ikeshtis. They are very, very fleet-footed.
Okie dokie. Actually, you know what? No, I will cast a spell. I'm going to cast Daze.
Oh, yeah, that's a good one.
Upon the Kefak.
Oh, no. He got one before, so that's a will save?
Yeah, will save.
Let's see what the dice say. Ooh, it's a 12. What DC are we looking for?
14.
Yep, that's a fail. +0. So
perfect. So dazed for a round. So no actions, but no penalty to AC. So
we are on to Javi next.
Can Javi stand in this space that I'm indicating? About 10 feet behind the Ikeshti that shocked him.
Yeah, that's where the coils are, so you can kind of, maybe a little bit of difficult terrain, but you're moving out of their range again? Like you're provoking? Oh, boy.
Provoke.
From all 3 of them?
All 3, Patrick.
Oh, geez, Louise.
Oh, not the Kefak.
I was about to say, wait, the Kefak? Yeah, the other one. So they have gone since that one made a second opportunity. So 2 Ikeshti, right?
Yep. 2 Ikeshti, yeah, but not the Kefak or whatever. Oh, super hit. And
19 and a 2, the opposite sides of the dice. No critical hit effect for a survival knife, but that's definitely a hit for max damage of 5 points slashing.
All right. Javi looking pretty beat up, not gonna lie. But then you see Javi take a familiar stance as he pours blue flames into the barrel of his gun and aims it straight ahead. And that means that every single enemy needs to make a reflex save, DC 15.
I'd like to pull the Miles card and say, I don't want to, so no.
Oh, okay. Well, cool. Then you just immediately fail and you take full damage.
DC what, you say?
15.
Oh, that's well, for the Ikeshtis, I don't think it's too high, but for that Daze Kefak, let me roll that Kefak first. 12 is a fail. Or 2 Ikeshtis.
Come on, Ikeshtis.
They gotta have a good. Oh no! It's their worst save. Let me roll some dice.
Oh, come on. Bad dice.
Ooh, a good one and a bad one. So the one that you've been wailing on did not see you moving around his backside. He has failed. And the other one that's not taken damage yet has succeeded. So roll us some damage.
There's no objects in this 15-foot cone that I like, the one that we were searching for, right?
No, but you look down and you're standing on it. You're like bending it like in the middle. It's like, guys, I found it.
As long as I didn't just superheat it, because it does damage all the objects in the area. But we're doing 2d8 points of damage.
If you had done it the other direction, then yes, but you're shooting away from it. All right, 5 points of damage. Unfortunately, not enough to kill the Kefak, but it's still 2 points to the one that saved and 5 to the one that you've been beaten up on and have shot before. And that one is looking pretty bloodied after you've hit it like 3 times after that. That will be
for a high roll there.
Your turn, our friend, the Kefak, dazed, which means is now El Demonio.
Okay. I gotta figure out who I'm going to make my last stand against.
You're not 0 HP yet, right? You're
not yet.
Orc ferocity mode.
Not yet.
This guy has I think maybe brought out some ire. The stupid magic user.
Yeah. So
it just happens so rarely crits with magical attacks.
Yeah, but I've got the Kefak right here.
Oh man. I should have pulled a card. What am I doing with my life, guys? We never get magical crit cards.
So I think I'm gonna try to take out the Kefak.
Okay. Yeah, it's looking pretty weak after Javi has breathed upon it. Make that attack roll.
Okay. It's a 10.
Yeah, against EIC, that's a hit. It's dead.
Oh.
Yeah.
Cool.
You guys, I love how you're like, oh no, I rolled a 7 on the dice. It's level 2. It's not that bad.
And then El Demonio is going to take a...
Now, these guys have already used their attack of opportunity. If you want
that's what I thought.
Just retreat.
Yeah, he's going to back up a little bit next to Brain Guy because he's not doing so amazing.
No one in the world will fault you for. I mean, you basically have your hair standing on end. You've got the cartoony, burnt out cheeks. You took a lot of damage from that. So that is your turn, and that's going to bring us back to Jewel.
All right, Jewel and Piston are both going to take a shot at the Ikeshti to the south. So Jewel first.
Boom. Not a super hit.
23.
But an 18 on the dice is a hit for 2 points of damage.
2 points of damage.
Bam. Blast on.
And from Piston, an 18 for 3 points of damage.
Against KAC, that's another hit. Boom. Okay. Any move action or anything else you would like to do?
Nope.
Then we are on to their turn. We've got still 2 Ikeshtis up. This one is going to obviously step up to you, Javi. And because he's retreated, we've only got Mixer left on the frontline battlefield, Drew. The other one's going to step up to you. And, so do we want to step up to Javi? You're dangerous from both afar and close up, right?
Yeah, don't worry about it.
Yep. I think it is more jolting surge time. So first against Javi. 7 against, what is your EAC?
14.
That was a miss.
Ooh, needed that.
Against Mixer. Let's get better than a 7 on the dice. A 10. What is your EAC, sir?
11.
Oh, 46 points of electricity damage coming at you.
Yo, jolting surge is out of control at level 2.
18
Control.
points of electricity damage, a little higher than the average as you get shocked like your friend El Demonio. And we are on to you, Drew. We're back to you.
Pronk. All right. So I would like to I had my liquidator out. I need to pull out my stock and then strike this fool with it but I want to throw in another toxicology inhibitor.
Is that a swift action
Yes.
for the toxicology? So you can move action, pull out the weapon, and drop your needler and do all that in one turn.
All right, here we go. 11.
8 on the dice. That is a miss, unfortunately. Okay, turn 3, Alabians. We're back to you. Oh, you've seen multiple teammates getting shocked now by these magic using Unbrewed. What would you like to do, Jabert?
Yeah. I just suspect that we're going to have to fight a golem after this, and I really don't want to use my last level 1 spell. So I'm going to, you know what I can do? I'm going to pull out one of my healing serums, and I'm going to stab my friend with it.
No. El Demonio has moved right back to the junk barricade.
The strategic not drunk barricade, junk barricade.
Hey, it could be both.
It could be 2 things. Welcome to the drunk barricade, Miles.
Welcome to
1 point of healing.
level 2.
Oh boy, I love those Mark 1 healing serums.
You just
they're
took 30,
totally worth 50 credits.
31
God, I hate it.
of damage, and you get 1 back. It's
Oh boy.
perfectly balanced.
1 HP back.
Heavy, we're up to you, Avi.
All right.
It's a whole round of actions to do that.
Javi's going to 5-foot
This is
step.
the greatest game ever made.
Which direction can I 5-foot step? Can I go this way or can I go straight back over here?
5-foot step, to the north.
Well, that does me no good.
Oh, I mean, I mean, backwards.
Okay, there we go. I need to get out of
difficult terrain on the
stab me
coils,
range.
so I don't think you'd be able to move on or 5-foot step onto them.
Okay. Kavi's backing himself into a corner. He's hoping that he only has to make this last shot to take down this Ikeshti. Please, dice, help me. 15,
That is a hit.
max damage 8.
Ooh, boy, howdy. I can do math. He's dead.
Yeah, that's
1.
fantastic news.
Yes.
Javi scrambles over the rest of the junk and leaves forever.
You needed a max damage too on that, which is so great. 1 clean bullet hole through his techno magic brain, and he falls onto the coil that you're looking for, bleeding profusely. And we are on to El Demonio. You're all healed up, ready for the fight. What would you like?
Olympians just gives you a big thumbs up and says, "Get back in there, buddy." You're all patched up.
What you got, Miles?
Okay. I was looking through my bag of tricks to see if I had
list.
anything that would be I could do.
That list is so short at level 2.
You know what?
So frustrating.
You know what? You sure this is just I think this is just a regular action. Let's be dumb. Someone's gonna run up here and try to grapple the last guy.
I mean, grappling magic users is a time-honored tabletop role-playing games tradition. Do you have advanced grapple or improved combat maneuver grapple?
Yeah, I have improved combat maneuver.
Go ahead and make me that roll against its KAC. Attack roll against its KAC.
Okay, just a regular attack roll.
Yeah, it's +4 for improved, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So it's D20 +4, or my attack roll +4.
Yeah, your attack roll +4.
All right, so it'll be. Oh crap! 14.
That is not going to be enough, unfortunately. But yeah, you get right up in his face and are trying to, but he is a wiry little Ikeshti.
Don't I have a level reroll?
You do, level 2 reroll. You want to use it? On this.
Not really.
Okay, then we are on to Jewel.
I hate this game.
I hope the running joke of mini season is I just crit your character like every major combat.
Like I
Great.
said, I promise if El Demonio dies, that's it until season 4.
All right, Jewel is going to take a shot at the Ikeshti that is still up, along with Piston.
Yep, just one Ikeshti.
The 14 from Jewel for 4 damage.
Oh,
Is that a hit?
against a EAC is a hit.
Oh, good. That does 4 damage.
All right, you put on the most damage so far on this remaining Technomancer. Let's get another one of those.
Piston just makes it 12.
Oh, that's a miss against KAC still.
No, that would be KSC.
That is a miss, and the Ikeshti gets to go again. He's got El Demonio. He's got Mixer up in his face, and he is going for Mixer. Obviously, is the bigger threat here, Drew. Well, a lot of spells left. I don't like that. I don't like that much. Let's do 2. No, he doesn't have a lot of time left. All right, we're going to go for our final jolting surge. 5 on the dice. It's a miss.
Yes.
Against 11 EAC. Okay. That will go to your turn, Drew.
We're going to attack this thing again, and we're going to use yet another toxicology inhibitor.
Okay. Slicing and dicing.
12.
Not gonna do it. Wait, we get a turn 4. Another turn 4 in this campaign. Alabians.
Oh boy. I'm going to use it. I'm going to use my gun.
Single attack.
Single attack.
Shooty attack.
Actually, wait, what am I thinking? No, 2 attacks.
No.
I have to roll high anyway.
It doesn't matter.
Broke.
First one. Aha, good thing.
choice. Good choice.
Good
choice.
thing I rolled twice.
A flat 3 with a roll of 3, so you weren't lying. Let's get another attack in there.
Oh, yeah. Another 3.
The exact same roll. Same
Minimum damage roll.
As a swift action, I create more junk. It just rains down in front of me.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to.
More Atari cartridges.
Javi, we are back to you. What you got, Tyler?
Oh, just shoot him and end the combat. Hopefully, I don't know, man. This is getting weird with the junk.
Natural.
7 points of damage.
18. Ooh, that is not enough to kill him, though. Not yet. El Demonio, you've got your chance for revenge. You see this because she's bloody. He's very weak. His eyes are dripping blood right now.
Well, then I'm just going all reliable the 5 knuckle shuffle here, and
Nice.
Crack him one.
it's a 15 to hit.
And he had 3 hit points left, so he is dead. And we are out of combat.
Nicely
Right.
done.
El Demonio is going night night.
Yeah, Javi like collapses against the junk that he's next to.
I'm going to give these guys a proper junkyard burial, and I'm just going to keep casting the cantrip and just cover them with trash.
We need more examples of trash besides ET on Atari to cover people with. I don't know. Walmart Best of Celine Dion tape cassettes.
but they're like Walmart licensed, like Walmart paid to have this cassette made.
It's songs about working at Walmart by Celine Dion.
They gave them out to all the employees for like a employee appreciation day instead of a bonus.
Oh boy, collectors now. This could be an entire bumfuzzle like side quest of like the things they pull on the junk portal.
If I thought of this earlier, I would have said fan challenge, but we're halfway through this campaign by now.
3-legged beanie babies, just nothing but misprinted beanie babies falling from the sky.
So Mixer is going to take a 10-minute break, and he's also going to prepare his next set of biohacker abilities.
Well, yeah, you guys talked about moving on to the golem after this, but if you want to make camp instead or head back to Merc and Kesh, tell them what you found and drop off these 2 pieces, because you do find indeed the size 23 coil here in the pile. That's up to you. I mean, it will require taking another couple hours hike back through the junk, and then the next day the same kind of path, but that is up to you.
I mean, that seems like a reasonable trade-off.
Yeah, considering.
I don't know how many more of these health serums I'm going to be able to. I don't think I'm going to be able to get him back up to full if I rolled a couple more ones.
The classic wins.
And I'm down. Javi's lost over half his health, so would be nice.
You can strip these 2 guys, and I mean they are not good.
Can we also take
Ikeshti? They've got freebooter armor Mark 1, survival knives, each of them, but you also find tattoos on their scales, as well as a holy symbol of Zon Cathan. These are evil. These are bad boys.
They're evil, so it's okay that we just murked them.
But indeed,
thank goodness.
Before you leave, do you want to completely cover them up and like kind of push them into the corner?
I mean, that seems prudent.
Mm-hmm.
I definitely need to take a 10-minute.
Before you move out, yeah,
and probably try to jam a healing serum.
Yeah, over 10 minutes, I can cast it 60 times. So it's 60 bulk of trash just covering just a hose. Just a hose of garbage.
So it's a 1d8.
Now I'm imagining it's like one of those sprinkler heads.
All right.
Trash coming out.
Another natural 1, El Demonio for healing serum.
We really got to talk to whoever sold us these healing serums.
All right. I've got plenty of serums, so I'm gonna do it again.
I can also like treat deadly wounds.
Oh yeah, he can just treat, or you can just treat.
Well,
wounds.
yeah, but he's down so much.
Yeah, I was down a lot.
Let me see.
But yeah, I will take a treat deadly wounds.
Here. It's a 21.
That's a fail.
Oh.
Yeah, you gotta get 25.
Right. So
at least it's not like second edition where like if you fail bad enough, you actually hurt the person.
Yeah.
It's like if you like undid both of the ones.
That would be actually that would have been radio gold.
That would have been so funny.
Let me just cut this arm off. That's seems like it took some damage there.
Oh, I see. You see, you've got this scar is healing up. I should just reopen that for you. So,
oh boy.
Why don't you guys, while you're resting up here, burying your murder victims, why don't you make me a perception check? Everyone's favorite skill that you really don't have. Very good.
I feel like in Olivian's cases, it's just sort of it's kind of noisy. With all of these Backstreet Boys CDs just clanging all over the place, and so.
Oh man, Drew, you actually made it, good sir. A DC 18 inside the pile of coils.
Don't sound too surprised.
Well, this is a great roll too. What, the 13 on the dice? Even after you found the coil, you're just kicking around after healing, trying to heal up El Demonio. At the bottom of said pile, you find an expensive piece of tech, bright, new, in-box, shiny, to be continued next time. Well, I like treasure to be continued. They're a little less exciting, but I'll tell you what it is next week. You don't need to know right now, right?
No.
That's going to do it. I'm telling you, it's a short season, long episodes. Thanks for sticking with us, and everyone, thanks for playing with me.
Thank you, Patrick.
Thank you, Patrick.
Oh boy, thank you.
We'll catch you next time on Junker's Delight. Until next week, everyone. So long.
Junkers roll no crits.
Goodbye.
Bye-bye.
It's a different podcast, Bert.
Oh, yeah.
Junkers delights roll no crits.
You've been listening to Cosmic Crit, an officially licensed partner of Paizo Incorporated. The Starfinder role-playing game and adventure paths are trademarks of Paizo. All Pathfinder and Starfinder images are property of Paizo and are used with permission.